No way. Hello YouTube. So the other day I went to a bar with a friend of mine, and he brought an acquaintance of his, and we were talking as drinks were flowing and various other things, and something came up that I couldn't believe. This man had won no less than 4 of the grand prizes in scratch cards. So I was just like, what? How is that possible? I thought these things were impossible to win. Well, there is an actual way of increasing the odds of winning these scratch cards. So he gave me 5 tips to have the best odds of winning at scratch cards. So here they are. Number 1, and I didn't even know this existed, to be honest. If you go to the National Lottery website, you can actually see what cards have paid out, what top prizes have been paid, and how many top prizes there are left. Because the thing is, by law, companies that have bought these rolls, yeah, whoo. So by law, these companies are allowed to sell scratch cards that have paid out all the wow, I think I'm giving way too much. So by law, these companies that have bought these scratch cards are allowed to sell the remaining scratch cards, even though all the top prizes have been collected. So what you do is you go to the website, you scroll down and find the scratch cards that have not paid out the top prizes, and you find the one that has not paid out for a while, or is the new one that has the largest amount of top prizes in them, and then you pay those. Number 2. Now, this is a bit of an insider tip. The way that it's sold to stores and shops and various other outlets is that it's sold in rolls. And by law, each roll has to have a certain amount of winners to a certain amount of losers. It's a percentage return. When you're playing these scratch cards, always play from the same roll. And the key thing is that once you're playing from the same roll, once you win, then you change to a different store where they have a fresh roll. And now this is key because, as I stated before, each roll has a certain amount of winners to a certain amount of losers. And the thing is, the losers are higher than the winners. So once you win, that means you're in one of the small percentiles of winning. And the chance of it repaying again is very, very small. Number 3, and this kind of follows on from the previous tip. Play at places that aren't busy. The more that people play, the higher chances of them to roll where all the winners have already been done. Now, this is important. Don't see the wide range of scratch cards and pick one of each one, because you're reducing your odds of winning them. Pick multiples from the same one, because the more you play in one roll at a time, the higher chance is of the percentage of that roll coming to you as winnings. Because as I said before, each roll has a certain amount of percentage of winning. So say if you have a 1 in 100 chance of winning. It's far, far more than that. But I'm just saying, 1 in 100 chance of winning. If you pick 10 from that, you have a 10 in 100 chance. So you have a higher chance of winning something from that roll. The thing is, I tried this the other day. I tried all of these tactics and used together, and I couldn't believe it. I have spent £10 and now I have a winning of £50 in my pocket. So I am actually £40 higher than when I started. And it's interesting because if you use maths and you use certain tips that you don't really think about, you think it's just luck. But with scratch cards, it's because it's a fixed odd. Then you can work around it and make your chances of winning higher. Number 5, and now this is an important one. If you lose, if you win, make sure you don't rely on the scratch cards. It's very easy to get addicted. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I realized, oh my God, I've made this money from spending this much. It's what is going on. In essence, it still does come down to luck. I mean, you don't know if you're going to pick the deck that has that winning hand. The tips I've given you just help you have a higher chance of winning, but you have to make sure that you don't get hooked, because the thing is, a great gambler, someone that is the best at what they do, is a person that can win and walk away. Make sure it's a fun process and not a damaging process for you to do so. But if you lose, fine. If you win, great. But make sure that you don't spend more or rely on these things. Anyway, thank you, YouTube. If you like this video, or if you have any comments and other further tips on what I said, please make sure to comment below. And if you like this video, press the like button. And if you want to see more of these videos, press the subscribe button. Anyway, peace.